Yeah, I just got the news that Dick Clark spun out, huh? And some boys back in Philly are they're touched. He was sort of a big deal back there in the old days. A lot of guys made some dough off him. They're gonna have a service, bring out the knickknacks, the bobbleheads, the old rock and roll memorabilia crap, and he's in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, which I respect. The Hall of Fame, not him. And yeah, anyway, he had as much to do with rock and roll as I do with that pot roast I'm slow cooking, huh? So the big news is the guy was a clown. Here you got the special generation or whatever Tom Brokaw wrote the book about. Anyway, the Depression, the World War II victories, all that kind of stuff, so the first adult really a lot of kids laid eyes on a regular basis outside of teachers and stuff like that was this Dick Clark. And so he's got the show. We used to lift weights about fifth grade, whatever. Go over to my boy's house and then we watch it. Of course, we're just watching for these. Almost like you could see the chicks develop, because they were these wild Philadelphia Italian chicks. So you just felt like that. Oh, God, I think her tits are a little big. You know what I mean? It was goofed up. But nobody's watching Dick Clark. He'd have like Chad and Jeremy or Harry Chapin lip syncing, and then the big commercial, and he's pushing all this crap, and then here comes James Brown, and the same scene, sterile, yeah, and I don't know what the kids see in this James Brown business, but he could care less. He didn't even have any kids. I don't think they didn't mention it. But he never looked at it. But the big news is nobody's watching even little James Brown action maybe, but the big thing you're watching is the kids just bumping and grinding. So they asked me, what do we put on his headstone? And I go, here lies the father of televised dry humping. Huh? That's what the guy, that's his legacy. He made that Dirty Dancing movie look tame, although I like that movie. I don't know why, because they're in the Catskills. That's where all my great comedians came from. The thing about it though is, when Pastor had the calling as a young man, I'd put the dances on at the high school, and there's always a little conflict with about a lot of items. My stance on homosexuality in those years was pretty staunch, and of course the principal had other ideas, and so. Disregarding that, I don't know why I mentioned that. The big thing was though, never no outside security. Nobody worried about that. But the inside, you had to have a certain amount of adults. They'd be like referees in a fight. They have to go and pat to get the kids separated because they'd just be dry humping, huh? That's what Dick Clark's legacy is, lewd dancing, and of course apparently nobody got that. They treated him like. Yeah, he's so nice. It's nice that kids are listening to that filth music, and here's Dick, huh? Dick, yeah. The big thing that my boy said that was a gas. And we got a helicopter. We got right near a hospital. They take on, which is nice. Every time I hear that helicopter, that's hopefully somebody's getting saved there. Could be me. Although I could crawl to the hospital. The thing that was a gas is right before his death, and he was doing fine. Had a round the clock care just because he had no friends. So these people that, for $30 an hour, you get some Tonga to come in there and you get pretty chummed up with them. Rub down whatever, and but he put a lot of dough in that North Korean rocket. This is inside stuff. And of course, when that popped, his take is, I never met an Asian that didn't know something about gunpowder, and that whole explosive thing. He loved it. So he thought he had a satellite, his own thing going up there, and boom, it just nothing. And so it killed him. Just killed him. Whose side would he be on if we got in a beef with them? That's Dick. It's all about Dick. Anyway, he's gone. No friend of the ministry. No friend of the ministry. But enough, huh? Farewell, Dick. All right.